everybody, this is the whispering voice, but as you can tell in this video, not particularly whispering. I have been asked if I would do a softly spoken video, so by many people, so I thought I would do one today for you. Now, firstly, I would like to thank everyone for the comments and kindness shown in my previous video, which was a collaboration video, if I can say it, with sound sculptures. And after seeing the finished video, I was amazed. Now, in contact with sound sculptures just before it was put up on both our channels, when you write words or if you say words without seeing a person's face, it doesn't come across as you intend. Now, what I mean by that is I was that amazed by the quality of that video and the editing, and I'm sure you'll agree it was absolutely wonderful. Now, the only part of that video I gave was my voice. Everything else was done by sound sculptures, and absolutely amazing. So thank you so much to Sound Sculptures for making the video, and it was an honour in making it with you, if you're listening. So thank you, and to everyone for listening to it. Just going on from that video, really, spring is here. Now, spring, people, as humans, we're very good at, in my opinion, thinking we're right. We're the top dog. Everything we do is in stone. And people argue when spring starts. Yes, we have a date for the start of spring on a calendar, which is roughly the 21st of March. But in my eyes, spring starts by nature's terms, and it does start depending on weather, a different time every year, usually within the month of March, but not on a specific date. It does change, and as I say, even though we like to think that we state when it starts, Mother Nature states when she is ready to start a new year. And for those who are interested in wildlife, nature and the outdoors will know that different things happen in spring all over the world. Different things happen, but it's the start of new life, whether that is in animals, birds, insects and plant vegetation. And to see this happening, you don't have to have sight, really. You can tell spring has started by smell. Now there's a woods you've seen in many of my videos, which is close to my home, and it's where I've done some cooking videos outdoors. And those woods, when spring starts, not only can you see it visually by the lush greenness of the grass, the greenness of the new leaves, the shoots, the wildflowers growing, and in particular a thing called ramson. Now that plant is wild garlic, and when you walk through the woods you can absolutely smell the fragrance, the onion garlicky smell, and to me that is a very big sign of spring. Wonderful smell, and it's a wonderful sight. And not only that, you can, all the birds are busy nesting. It's the time when birds are busy nesting, and various species of bird nest at different times, but the majority of local birds, they nest at this time. Now starlings, as we speak, are nesting in a part of my roof, and they come back every year. I like to think it's the same family that come back, and they sometimes in the evening when I've gone to bed you can hear them sort of just fluttering about and getting comfortable, and it's quite nice really. You're sharing your home. Just a few feet away is a nest of starlings with their young, and different birds, blackbirds, the robin. Now that is a winter, that survives all year here, and is a winter specialist, the robin. But when that comes into breeding, people think of the robin because of the red breast, and it's associated with Christmas cards and standing on a shovel in a snow-scene garden. Beautiful bird, small bird, but when it starts to breed, it can be a very aggressive bird with its own species, with other males, the male bird. The blackbird, that's another very vocal bird, especially just before roosting and going to bed. You can hear it on a still night. Its voice just carries and echoes within the area. Beautiful sound, very relaxing to hear, and I think a lot of people do find, if they're interested in nature or any sort of life really, wildlife and vegetation, start to feel much happier, much better when spring has arrived, because we're getting closer to coming into summer, which means the nights are lighter. You can do more within your own garden. You can go walking, do anything, and of course you can hear these birds absolutely full of life and bringing new life into the world. And of course you can see all this and hear it absolutely free, and there's not many things these days of such magnificent and grandeur really that can say that. Everything's there, you just know, or just have to know where to look, really. Absolutely wonderful. Now, as you also know, I feed the birds here and I keep my cats separate from them because they, even though they're well fed, it's instinct to them to go after them. I've been very lucky that they've never met as yet. But Thomas, the black and white cat, which was the stray cat, he is going a bit overweight at the moment. And that's my fault completely because I'm, well, obviously feeding him too much. And so I'm going to cut down on that. So he's probably too slow to even pounce on them, or too lazy because of his weight. Yes, they come. I've got a white dove that's appeared in the last 2 weeks, and it's been coming every day on its own. Absolutely beautiful white dove, and it comes to feed. And I've actually been out up to it, but I can only go within 3 or 4 feet of it, and it's very tame. It's got a ring on its leg, so it is someone's bird, but he or she has decided that this is a nice place to be, which is nice for me. All the other birds are coming to feed, and this time of year I find important to put what they call, or sometimes you can get the shell of a coconut in a pet shop or any supermarket that sells bird food, and it's filled with fat and nuts, mixture of fruit, nuts and fat, and that's one of the best foods you can put out at the moment with them. With birds breeding, they need all the energy and things they can get, really. So it's a nice time of year. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, softly spoken, and I hope it's still relaxing for you. It's a pleasure, really, to talk to such nice people. We're very lucky in this community of whisperers, and it's gotten such a vast, big community now. We have to thank Whispering Life, who, as I keep saying, is the founder who started all this, and I hope she's keeping okay. There's a lot of big names in this community. The big famous whisperers have been here for years, and still to this day. Some have gone, but some have carried on, giving as much joy and relaxation as they did when they started. Anyone that's thinking of doing this, starting a channel, I would say yes, do it, because we're all anxious before you start, and will people like me, will this, that and the other, but it's such a wonderful community. People generally take you in with open arms, and everyone's different, and that's what's nice. People can choose their favourite. People have their favourite sounds, favourite voices, different things, and that's wonderful to have that choice. So I hope if anyone does start a whispering channel, they have as much pleasure and as much joy as I've had over the last 3 years. It's been an absolutely wonderful, big part of my life, really. So that's about it. So I hope you, as I say, found this to be relaxing, and I hope if you're listening to this in the evening just before bed, that you have a wonderful night's sleep. Wake up fresh and So take care of yourselves. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you soon.